Hello everyone, welcome to my English lecture series. I am Aparna Mishra, Department of English, VNS Faculty of Engineering. As we all know, for good fruits we need good roots. In the same way, in English, to strengthen and improve our English, we need good knowledge of tenses as it acts as pillar or roots in speaking and writing correct English. So today we are going to learn tenses. What is tense? Tense is time of action. It tells when any action happened, whether it is from past, it already happened in past, or it is ongoing or in present, or it will happen in future, or we are predicting something or telling the possibility of occurring something. So we can understand this tense through a family chart or family tree. Let's assume that it is grandfather tense who have 3 children, that is past, present and future. And these 3 parents, each of them have 4 sons: indefinite, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. Now they have 4 sons each. That means that becomes total 12 siblings. So today we will study or learn about these 12 siblings. But before moving on to tenses, let's quickly revise forms of verb and case. Forms of verb. Basically, it is of 5 types. What are they? First, base form. Second, past form. Third, past participle form. Fourth, ing form. And es form. Now base form we will denote it as V1. For past form we will denote it as V2. For past participle we will denote it as V3. For ing form we will denote it as V4. And for ses form V plus ing we can write. And for ses vs es. Alright, moving on to case. There are 3 types of case: subjective, objective and possessive. Now what is subjective case? Subjective case is when noun or pronoun is used in place of subject in a sentence. It is called subjective case. For example, I. When the same noun or pronoun is used in objective place or treated as an object in a sentence, it is called objective case. And possessive case, this possessive case shows possession or ownership over something. That is possessive case. Now let's see the example and understand with example. I am reading, or Sita plays sitar. Here I and Sita are used in place of subject in a sentence, so they are in subjective case. In the same way, if we see this example, when me will be used in place of object and will be treated as objective case. For example, he said to me. Here he is the subject and me is the object, as it is placed in the place of object and will be in objective case. In the same way, in possessive case, when we show some relationship or some ownership with some person or object or anything, we use possessive case. For example, this is my pen. He is my brother. All right. So we objective case us, are, you, your, he, him, his, she, her, they, them, their. In case there is any name, then if it's female it will be her, and if it's male then it will be him. In the same way, his, her. All right. And if there are more than one name, for example, Tom and Jerry, Sita and Geeta, Ram and Mohan, then them and THEIR, there. Please keep in mind the spelling of there. Do not write THERE, that means denoting some place. Alright, THEIR. Okay. Now moving on to present simple tense. I hope you are clear with this now. Now, present simple tense. So when we will use present simple tense? Habit, truth, universal, facts, likes, dislikes. Alright. Whenever you say whatever you do daily, in daily basis, whatever you are habitual to, you will say those things in present simple tense. And truth, like sun rises in the east. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Plants inhale carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen. Likes, dislikes. I like pizza. I do not like coffee. Alright, whatever your likes, dislikes, hobbies, habits, whatever you do frequently, and universal facts or truth that always stands truth. Facts that always stands truth. You will say all those things in present simple tense. Alright. Now, auxiliary. Do, does. Just keep in mind, whichever helping verb ends with S, it is always used with singular nouns. Please make note of it. Whichever helping verb ends with S. Alright, whichever auxiliary ends with S always goes with singular nouns. If subject is singular, it will take that auxiliary which ends with S. Now, so it is very clear, do will go with plural and does will go with singular. Now, structural formula will be subject plus verb, verb's first form plus object. Now, let's see the example. Ram plays football. Alright. Now, if we make it negative, Ram, and for negative, structural formula will be subject plus auxiliary plus not plus object. Now keep in mind, here I have written, because subject is singular, then verb plus SES will take place. Alright, if subject is singular, you will use verb's first form plus S or ES, and if verb is plural, you will use verb's first form only. Do not put S or ES with the verb. Now, Ram plays football. As Ram is a singular subject, we will put play plus S. Now, plays football. If we make it negative, then auxiliary will come does, because it is singular noun. So, Ram does not play football. Whenever you put auxiliary, verbs comes into its base form, no SES form. Alright, please do keep in mind, whenever you put auxiliary in present simple tense, do not use SES with verb. Let's see another example with plural noun or plural subject. They learn Spanish. Alright, here if subject is plural, verb's first form plus object, and if you make it into negative, they do not learn Spanish. Alright, I hope you have understood this. Now, moving on to past simple tense. Past simple tense is the only tense where verb's second form is used. Apart from that, no any other tense takes verb's second form. So, its auxiliary is or helping verb is did. So, when we will use past tense, whatever complete activity had been happened in past or recent past, a complete activity happened or occurred in past. Alright, for example, I played football. Like this activity has been completed without interruption of any other activity. So when complete activity has been happened, before that you will say in past simple tense. Alright, so let's take example. I completed my work. And if we make it negative and put auxiliary, I did not complete my work. Please keep in mind, whenever you put auxiliary in sentence, do not make use of verbs second form. Put verbs first form only. I have seen many people speaking like, I didn't knew about it, or I didn't wanted. No, big mistake, terrible mistake. Whenever you use auxiliary with past tense, do not put verbs second form, use verbs first form only. Got it? Okay. Moving on to, and yes, its structural formula is subject plus V2 plus object, and if we make it negative, subject plus auxiliary, that is did, plus not plus object. Alright. Now moving on to future simple tense. Whatever activity will happen in future, complete activity would happen in future, we will say those things in future simple tense. Alright. The auxiliary is will, structural formula will be subject plus auxiliary plus verbs first form plus object. For example, I will pay my bills. Alright. Here, referring to the case of noun which we have studied few minutes before, here I is placed in subject's place, so it is in subjective case. Here it is my is placed in objective place or object's place, so it will be in objective case. Alright, so this is the example of future simple tense, a complete activity which will occur in future. Moving on to present continuous tense. So what is present continuous tense? When we will use present continuous tense? You will use present continuous tense when whatever process or activity is ongoing, under process, like occurring or happening right now. For example, I am recording this lecture. Right now you are listening this lecture. Alright. I am taking this pen, I am writing a letter. Whatever we are doing right now, we will say those things in present continuous tense. Auxiliaries are, is, are, am. Alright. Already I have told you that whatever helping verb or auxiliary ends with s, always take singular noun or subject. Means with singular subject, is will be used, with plural are, and with am, I. Alright. Now let's see formula. Subject plus auxiliary plus, whenever you hear this word continuous, always put V1 plus ing, verb plus ing form. Alright. V1 plus ing plus object. Whatever continuous tense is, if it is continuous, it will always take verbs first form plus ing. Let's see example. I am teaching English. Okay. They are driving. She is smiling. So whatever you see on your surroundings with whatever activities under process and is ongoing, you will say those things in present continuous tense. For example, principal is coming through the corridor. I am going to submit my assignment. I am drinking water. I am taking my lunch. Whatever you are doing right now, you will say those things in present continuous tense. I hope you are clear with this. Alright, moving on to past continuous tense. Auxiliaries are was and were. You tell me, was will take what kind of subject? Singular. Singular, and were will go with plural. Alright, let's see the structural formula. Subject plus auxiliary, that will be was or were, plus V1 plus ing form plus object. Alright, for example, she was driving a car. They were feeding puppies. Alright, I hope you're whatever. So now past tense, whatever activity has been completed and interrupted by other actions, alright, you will say those things in past continuous tense. I am repeating it again. Any incomplete activity which have occurred in recent past and is interrupted by another activity, you will say those things in past continuous tense. For example, I have already told you, she was driving a car. They were feeding puppies before I came. That means this action was interrupted by this action. So before I came, he was feeding puppies. So any incomplete action which was happening in recent past or past and is interrupted by other activity, you will say those things in past continuous tense. I hope you have understood what I am saying. Okay, then moving on to future continuous tense. Whenever you are predicting a possibility that in future this possibility is likely to happen, then you will say those things in future continuous tense. For example, Professor will be in the library. You do not know whether she is in the library or not, but you are guessing, you are telling the possibility that she might be in the library. Alright, when you are guessing a possibility or probability of happening something in future, you say those things in future continuous tense. Alright, its auxiliary is will be. Structural formula is subject plus auxiliary plus verb's first form plus ing plus object. I will be going to